this is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the Crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, we greatly appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday morning. You like that song?
Man, that whole mix, bro. I was about to get up and start dancing.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Q, how was your week, man?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Tired, but that's good.
Tired? Long week?
No, not really. I just pack a lot of gigs in a couple of days.
Okay.
Just to my own detriment. So
it's a good thing.
The other Q, what's happening?
What's up, sir?
Man, Coach Q.
Coach Q, man.
Yeah.
Pretty good week for us, man. Purcell High School, man. We did our ribbon cutting for our new gym, our new facility. So it looks real good.
Did you bring tear to your eye?
No, I just wish I could have played in that gym. You know,
is that nice?
I'll score like 100 points if I was playing that. Yeah, so I mean, they did a lot of new things to it. We got wood floor, and they changed everything up, man. Got a big jumbotron.
Is it parquet?
No, it's not parquet, but it's nice though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
wood floor, because I saw the old floor.
Yeah.
Right.
It was needed. It was needed. Much needed. It's real nice.
So did you score the first basket on there?
Of course you did.
Okay,
I did. On every basket.
Yeah.
I had them come, pull all the baskets down. I scored on the first shot, first three, first free throw, first half court shot.
Yeah, man.
I got footage of it too.
All right.
I got you.
Okay, so we have another guest on the show today, Mr. Kevin Holmes. What's happening, man?
I'm glad to be here, man.
Anchor at KSHB 41.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 on your TV screen.
Man, yeah, that's the channel I watch. You got that on your channel?
Of course.
Good
answer. If you didn't, you said it.
So you're gonna be hanging out with us today, man. Y'all gonna talk about your gift of soul, which is a great thing that you're doing, man.
Looking forward to it. Here a little bit later.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Man, I gotta figure out what shoes I'm gonna wear, man.
Yeah. I need me some shoes.
Hey,
Go get me some.
you better get on the sneakers app. And here, when the new one's released, you better get on, and they'll be delivered by tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, Monday. What's tomorrow? Sunday.
Today.
So Monday. You get them by Monday if you get them today.
We'll see what happens.
All right, let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, so Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs to a 16th straight win over the Broncos Thursday Night Football. They won, but the offense didn't look up to par.
Q didn't look good at all. It's turning. It went from a touchdown machine to a field goal machine. And I don't know how that. And I mean that there probably has been people that talked about it, but I don't know how it helps them at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If the and I don't want to put it solely on the receivers. I think it's really the whole offense that really needs to come together. A lot of the local fan base has been used to seeing, a touchdown machine, used to seeing these 30, 40-point outputs each week. And I think it's going to be tough for them going into the postseason as teams get better. You start facing these better teams. How do you fare? I mean, they have the Dolphins and the Eagles coming up soon.
Right.
And this is it's going to be the tougher part of the season once you get, that 6 to 8 weeks in. Teams are really accustomed. They have their identity, and I don't think the Chiefs really have that identity right now.
So did you guys see a 19-8 score?
No, because my parlay was all jacked up. I did not. I think though, to piggyback off of what Q said, what I think is they're missing that deep threat. That deep threat. I mean, that opens up a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
And we are used to seeing that with guys like Tyreek Hill and guys that can get down the field. McCole Hardman. Those guys aren't here, and I feel like like you said, when they start playing those teams with deep threats. You got guys like AJ Brown. You got Devontae Smith, and then you got the teams like Stephon Diggs, those guys that can throw those long balls, man. I mean, that's going to be a difference maker.
So Mahomes was 7 of 7 for 109 yards in the first half. Kevin, what are you saying from Mahomes? Because he's definitely, like you said, he's not the Mahomes of old.
Man, if there's any saving grace in this offense and this team, is that they're still finding ways to win, despite that game against Detroit. The funny thing, we talked about this back in week 1. If I were to tell you that Kansas City gave up 23 points, I'd say, man, they won by at least 2 scores.
Yeah.
The offense is really looking pedestrian compared to years past. But we compare this to the high octane offense of 2-3 years ago that we recall. It's like wide receiver by committee right now, still trying to find their identity. When your leading receiver outside of your tight end is like Rashee Rice, the rookie, you're still trying to figure things out. But that deep threat can really help spread that ball, because they did this just 19 points, which is abysmal against a struggling donkey defense.
Now, if I told you at the beginning of the season that Rashee Rice, the rookie, was going to be their leading receiver, what would you have said?
I can't say I'd be completely surprised, but I would think I'd get a better production. I think he's still the leading receiver, but he's averaging 40 some odd yards per game when it averages out, which still is kind of abysmal. You think about the rookies and Brett Veach and this management team, they managed to find these gems. Pacheco, no one thought he was going to be that. Some years back, Kareem Hunt, no one thought he would be what he is. So I'm not necessarily surprised a rookie is making an impact. This team, this organization, front office knows how to scout folks top to bottom. But I just thought the production would be more.
Yeah, I think real quick, I think it's actually showing that how good Mahomes is to me, in my opinion, because they're figuring out ways to win games, and they're not playing as well as everybody is used to and accustomed to. So I think that's a good thing for Mahomes in that regard.
So the Chiefs have the Chargers coming in next Sunday. They go to Denver. And then they go out to Frankfurt, Germany to play the Miami Dolphins, a team that put up 70 points on this same Denver Broncos team. So if the Chiefs were to play the Denver Broncos or in the Miami Dolphins today, who do you guys think would win?
I mean, of course, the Dolphins.
Really?
I'm going to say the Dolphins just because they got that electric offense, man. They got those weapons out there. And I mean, I don't think Tua's a better quarterback than Mahomes by any means, but when you got more weapons, I mean, hey, it just is what it is at that point.
And here's the thing about that. One thing, you guys talked about the offense, but we didn't mention anything about the defense.
Oh my God.
This defense is much better than I think any defense that Patrick Mahomes has had.
Hey, pay 95. Pay that man. I mean, he is balling out a sack a game. I'm going to get my is this too late for the Big Mac?
Right.
I'm going to McDonald's. I just get my Big Mac. I mean, this defense is looking good. The DBs are playing good, whether it's man or zone coverage, and they are putting pressure on the quarterbacks and the O-lines, no matter who they're facing, whether it's Russ Wilson or even next week, Justin Herbert. I bet you he'll be hurried and pressured a lot next week.
And that's the huge part, and that's a big part of the success that they have.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that the points that they're putting up, that they will be 5-1 right now. So exactly.
No, definitely.
For sure.
And then is it what's the is it a rumor that Frank Clark is coming back, or is that
the shark might? Yeah, the shark in the water.
Okay.
He was released yesterday by Denver. He just has to clear waivers. And I think today or tomorrow is the day where he clear waivers. Once he clears, rumor has it that Kansas City Chiefs are in the front running.
And when you used to winning like that, you don't want to go to no losing organization like that, bro. That you don't want to do that, man. So I'm sure he's ready to get the heck up out of there.
And here's the thing about that: if they can get him at a bargain, it really would be one of the steals of this, free agent acquisitions, because Frank Clark, the last couple of years in Kansas City, he was okay. He was above average during the 16, 17 game season. It's in that postseason. You need somebody like that. He is a dog in the postseason. Now, he's like second or third all time for postseason sacks. I don't know. This brother just kicks into a high gear when it's time to play.
And he took a pay cut when he went to Denver a few weeks ago. And Lil Birdie told me that Frank's son has been enrolled in a local school.
Say word.
So you're hearing it here first. All right. And Lil Birdie told me that. So I think Frank Clark is coming back to Kansas City.
Frank, if you're watching, that offer still stands. I interviewed him last year. Frank, every Friday at Niecy's, we eat 11:30. Come through.
Man, I'm there next Friday.
Come through. You come kick it. Man, my frat brothers, we eat there, man. But all are welcome. Come on through.
All right, yeah, Niecy's. There it is. There it is. So we mentioned Frank Clark. Does he make this defense? How much better does he make this defense? Or how,
I mean,
does he?
Well, I would say it improves it a lot. But I think it adds depth. When you talk about last season. How the Eagles were really deep on the D line and able to kind of shuffle guys around and give different looks. I think that's the strength that the Chiefs would have, and even with Chris Jones being able to move him, in all different positions and him kind of having that freedom. I think it definitely helps a lot. You keep some fresh bodies on the field. Now the opposite end of that, if the offense can't hold the ball, I mean, because we're used to them scoring quick. Right. We're used to the leads dissipating in a matter of seconds. But now I think the offense is going to have to hold the ball a little longer, just to give the defense some rest. Because I mean, if the defense is working their butts off for three quarters, once it comes to that fourth quarter, do they lose gas? And I think that's what you don't want. Again, if your offense doesn't have the identity that, the fan base is used to seeing.
Yeah, and one of the guys that the Chiefs defense did not have to worry about is Jerry Jeudy. And Steve Smith Sr., Blast Broncos star receiver, says that he would tell teams not to trade for him. So former NFL wide receiver Steve Smith Sr. unleashed on Jerry Jeudy just before the Denver Broncos took the field on Thursday night. Let's hear from Steve Smith, because he had a lot to say.
A short while ago, Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy was walking by, and Steve called out to him, and he got a different reaction.
I called out to him because on my podcast, Cut to It, I just talked about guys that maybe have not showed up in a way or in a manner. And so the word that I've used to describe him in the past was a jag, just a guy.
Just a guy.
And so when I saw him, he's playing well. I wanted to say to him face to face, like, hey, I know I said some things in the past I probably shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say to him. His response, Mike Robb and Bucky, was ninja.
Ninja?
Yes, I'm using the word ninja. I'm just using the word ninja. I don't mess with you. And it was a curse word. And so I was like, all right. And then he repeated it. So I'll say it again. I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver they use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything. I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy, because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically, can he be a wide receiver? He could be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3. Go back into the studio. I'm done now. Thank you.
Brett?
Who wants to go first on this one?
Man, here's my thing. Here is my thing. Steve Smith is entitled to his opinion. Jerry Jeudy is a above average receiver. I know a lot of teams would be lucky to have him. I'm a Chicago Bears fan as well as a Chiefs fan, and as a Bears, I'd be glad to have him. My thing with the players these days, you worry too much about what the analysts and what you see on social media. Yep. I love it when players talk trash, when they talk trash to other guys with the other uniform against them, when they talk trash after they show out on the field. Don't worry about what these analysts are saying. Don't worry about what you see on social media. I used to hate when the Chiefs lost and I'd see said players post on Twitter 10 minutes after a loss. You worried about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy, you worried about the wrong thing right now. Let's Steve Smith talk.
Here's the thing about that though. I think it hits a little different. It's one thing when Stephen A. Smith says it, but it's another thing when Shannon Sharp says it or Steve Smith says it, because they played that position, so they know. He's like, man, he probably looked up to Steve Smith. I mean, there was no reason why he wouldn't. So I think it hits a little different. It's like, man, he done called me a jag. I don't want to be on that list.
But you know, does it all the time to people,
and it hits different.
He says, and like Donovan Mitchell, what he did with Donovan Mitchell, he said that Donovan Mitchell needed to up his game. He wasn't playing at a superstar level. Okay. Donovan Mitchell took it on the chin and said, you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Then he put up 70 one day after that. That's the thing.
Prove them wrong. That's how you do it. You react to it on the floor, on the field. You don't start getting to a war of words with the guy, okay? Because
before the game, before the game.
Exactly.
At this point, Stephen Smith's career was better than yours already right now. So you gonna argue with me? My career is better than yours.
Yeah.
And so, what are you focusing on, him or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah. And there was a video. It showed Jerry Jeudy walking up and down the sideline right behind the camera, kind of taunting Steve Smith a little bit. I'm like, you should be doing that towards the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, you worried about the wrong thing. Real quick though, I'm going to backtrack because Q made a good point about the defense being on the field. We're going back to the Chiefs being on the field. If y'all, of course you guys know this, but just to piggyback on that, that's what football teams are trying to do. They're trying to keep Mahomes off the field as long as possible.
Yeah.
So, like he said, if the offense can't come in and get that defense and keep them off the field for a while, it's going to be a problem. I just wanted to mention that.
For the record, Jerry Jeudy, 3 receptions, 14 yards. So you worried about the wrong thing.
Yeah, because I definitely 14 yards was not on my parlay.
Yeah. No, that's the tough thing about watching this Broncos team right now, because last year with Russ coming in, people thought they would be better.
Yep.
And then this year, insert Sean Payton, I thought they would at least like take a step.
Right.
Like at least 5-6 win team somewhere in that window.
Listen, I ain't gonna beat that young man down, because in his defense, there was a lot of times where he was open and that ball would not get to him.
Yeah,
and that plays a part.
Yeah, it does.
Because I'm sorry, I know I'm on air or on whatever, but Russell Wilson is not it.
But see, how much of that is a testament to the Chiefs' pass rush? It's kind of hard to see an open man if you got a 6'5", 290-pound dude in
number
your face.
95 in your face. That's
kind of hard to find that open man.
But if y'all think about it like this, I feel like the Chiefs would have lost that game had the defense not played well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, because Russell Wilson, that's the thing about this Denver Broncos team right now, is they're going to make you play their kind of game. They're going to make you play that bad, knock down, drag out, low scoring kind of game. It was 3-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like when has the Chiefs ever had to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got in the red zone about 3 or 4 times and it had a turnover once and had to settle for threes,
and as evidenced by that 28-7 halftime score, Denver versus Chicago, we know that Denver can actually put up points.
They can.
Yes, they did against the Chicago Bears.
They can.
I'm not salty about that.
You remember that score real good.
All right, KU men's basketball team given 3 years probation for infractions case. They avoid a postseason ban. So the Kansas men's basketball team was put on probation in order to take down its 2018 Final Four banner, but escaped the postseason ban on Wednesday when an independent panel created by the NCAA to handle complex cases downgraded 5 level 1 violations against the KU Jayhawks.
Steve, let's hear from you on this.
Please.
Please. Why do y'all want to hear from me first?
Well,
here's the thing about it. I feel like Bill Self is still the man, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think the NCAA knows where their bread and butter is, and it's in KU. They're a blue blood team. KU, I guess, imposed their own, sanctions on themselves. And Bill Self set out 4 games early. It was what against Ottawa University and nobody's, right? Like, no, it was not against the game that meant anything. So when they did that at NCAA, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, you guys did that, so we'll we'll go light on you. And this is what it is.
Set out against Baker.
Right.
Hey, man, hold up.
Paseo's varsity team.
Hold up, man. There you go. But yeah, no, I think this is just one of those, and you alluded to it, a little smack on the wrist, kind of, postseason non-ban.
Well, the part that made me laugh was when you were talking about it on the phone a couple of days ago, but they were suspended from campus for what, from April from April through July or something like. Coaches ain't even on campus around that time. So,
exactly.
I mean, they said a lot of stuff. It made it seem like a whole lot of penalties were enforced, but it really wasn't nothing. And that, I mean, how can you expect it to be, man? Like, come on, we're talking about Bill Self here.
So are we accusing the NCAA of being light on Bill Self himself or the program?
Both.
Yep. Definitely both. I mean, I think both are actually synonymous these days. Bill Self with KU and winning. If anything, it's symbolic more than anything. You look at now those wins are vacated, so KU has now fallen all-time wins behind Kentucky. They were actually ahead of them with this. And some of the postseason wins under his notch. Bill Self is a winningest coach.
Right.
He falls back a little bit, but he'll get it back soon.
For sure.
It's crazy. In my career as a journalist, I have been in the arena twice for Final Fours, and both have been vacated. 2008, I was working for a TV station in Memphis, and we remember what happened there.
Yeah.
And 2018, I was in San Antonio as well, covering the Final Four here at KSHP 41. So I guess my 2 Final Fours I covered as a journalist never happened.
Man,
that's crazy.
They took one of the 35,000
banners,
Big 12 championship titles. So okay.
So it's no longer that consecutive streak though.
Yeah.
Kids got the rings. I still got the bonus.
Take that bread away.
So where's the punishment?
There you go. Where's the punishment?
There is no punishment.
My players got their rings. I got my bonus and my ring.
This is just a thing to kind of save face, because when you think about it, if the NCAA or if KU wants to, combat this, right? The thing, Silvio De Sousa, who was a player that received money, now players can receive money. Exactly. Now players can receive money. Yeah, so it's like, all right, looking back on it, so the NCAA is allowing that. So all along, you're telling me that it could have been legal?
Yeah, you have to think that plays a part in the penalty as well, because there's a bit of hypocrisy now, given the state of NIL and these players. I mean, we talked about Shadur Sanders all the time in football. This brother made a $5 million NIL deal
and showed his Rolex.
Sure did.
In all hindsight, all we're basically saying right now at this table is give Reggie Bush his Heisman.
Hey, preach.
Thank you.
Preach.
I agree.
My man.
Preach.
All right, so a store requires golfers to hit a 200-yard drive in order to purchase new Travis Scott Nike golf shoes. So one London spot is going to an extreme to prevent getting their hands on Scott Air Jordan 1 Low golf shoes, setting up physical golf exam. So you got to hit a golf ball at least 200 yards in order to qualify to purchase the new kicks.
I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
I am.
I can do it.
Really?
As a sneakerhead and golfer, I'm with it now, bro.
All right. So y'all one and the same at the end of the table.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And here's the deal, man. I hate these resales, man. You see these shoes, they come on the market for $150, $175, $200, and these bots snatch them up, and then I go on my GOAT sneakers app and these other apps, and I ain't gonna tell y'all because I don't want y'all to get privy to them.
Yeah.
But I go on these apps, and they sold for $350, $400.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, you go, so let's say you can hit the ball 200 yards. You still have to get on the list to purchase the shoes.
Oh, there's more.
Wow.
So there's more. Yeah. So hitting the ball 200 yards just means that, all right, you qualify to purchase golf shoes, right? Like you golf, all right, that's cool. But then you still got to get on the list. So if there's 150 other golfers, that it might even not that many, probably 75 other golfers that can hit 200 yards, then they're gonna come and get those shoes. So yeah. You think you can hit 200 yards?
I mean, no.
Okay.
I can get 100. I think at Top Golf I got about 112 yards, but
golf is a humbling sport.
Yes.
It's very humbling. Like, let me tell you something. As somebody, when it comes to sports, I'm competitive. I talk trash. Even I could be down playing basketball by 30, and I'm still talking trash.
Definitely.
You know, golf, you talk trash to yourself because you're that bad.
Yeah.
All right, so the International Olympic Committee approves cricket and flag football for the 2028 Los Angeles Games. So 5 sports, including cricket and flag football, proposed for inclusion at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. You guys excited about flag football?
Not really.
Yeah.
I am.
Meh. Why?
Because he can actually play flag.
Because we can go out there and still play. Like,
Not at our age.
put me at all-time QB. Why not?
Bro.
I can at least QB.
I knew he was.
Bro, you
gonna
got to be
say that.
fast still.
I can still run.
At our age, bro.
I could probably run I could probably run a 4.6 40.
Oh,
Bro,
come on,
no
Steve.
way.
I bet I could.
Steve, come on.
4.6.
In a what?
What, 4
From here
minutes?
to the door?
Right.
4.6.
40.
Probably a low.
Bro.
Steve.
Low 4.6.
Bro.
Probably
Steve.
close to 4.7.
Bro, Steve.
Sounded like
Steve.
somebody we know. Right now.
Right. Steve, you in great shape, bro. You are a specimen, but bro.
Yeah, 4.6.
It ain't
That
happening,
sounded like
bro.
somebody we
It ain't
both
happening,
know
bro.
right now, bro. I ain't gonna say no names.
Come on, Steve.
Not a 4.6. Y'all don't think
No.
so?
It ain't
Like,
happening,
so
bro.
Set it up.
You an NFL linebacker right
Set
now.
it up.
You an
Right,
NFL
right,
linebacker,
exactly.
Steve.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm faster than Leo Chanel.
Oh, my money's on Leo. Bro.
Come on, bro.
Y'all don't. I'm
We love you,
surprised.
though.
Nah,
Right.
Steve.
All right, I
Don't
tried
lie.
Nah, we need. Doesn't Chiefs Fit have like a little 40 timer?
Do they? Hey, let's set it up.
Somebody has to have one in the city because
Hey.
we need to see. I need to see this
Set it up.
4.6
So do I.
in person.
Please.
like,
Yes.
please.
I'm not saying. I need at least a warm up. I gotta
What you
warm up
mean?
first.
Nah.
No warm up. Just get up like right now and just go run a 40.
Set it up. It's
Bro,
set
at your
up.
age,
Right.
you had to stretch. Make sure
Of
you had
course.
make sure
I'm
you
not
had
saying
an
I
ice
ain't
bath
not
ready
stretching.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you and get a little massage beforehand so you don't pull nothing, bro.
You need a warm
You're
up.
not 20 no more, bro.
You need a warm up, a green smoothie.
Thank you.
Like,
At
This
this
guy.
point, he can do all that and he still ain't gonna do it.
Right.
All right. So the NFL, David Njoku shares first images of severe facial burns after fire pit incident. So Cleveland
wow.
Browns tight end David Njoku gave fans an intimate glimpse of his severe facial burns.
Like, what was he doing in the fire pit? Like, his whole face was just jacked up.
Yeah. Let's hear from David Njoku.
It felt better. What's this whole experience been like for you? Interesting. First and foremost, like, I give all the glory to God, you know. When it happened, you know, my eyes were open. So I saw everything, and I really should have been blinded. So, luckily I'm not. So, yeah, I give all the glory to God.
Yeah, and he said he wanted to do this just because he wanted to showcase, what's happened to him, because there's other people out there who are still afraid, to show themselves after, severe injuries from burns.
wow.
Let me say, this brother got that dog in him because it happened
Yeah.
like a day or two before game day, and he played. And people were wondering why he showed up to the stadium with that mask. I thought he was just being funny at first, but when we learned why, and the fact that he played too, that brother's got that dog in him. And kudos to him, and hopefully he has a full and speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Coming up, we're gonna talk about some not Russell Wilson, but we're gonna talk about a bunch of things regarding your boy
As long as it's not Taylor Swift.
Steph Curry. Steph Curry.
That's my
Steph
guy
Curry.
right there. That's my guy right there.
We'll be right back. This is the W Show.
All right.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors. Classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com. Purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
With Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
We haven't talked about it coming up a little bit later on today's show, so stay tuned. Steph Curry is producing a documentary on Bay Area legend Mac Dre.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew that would, perk you up a little bit. So the film is in collaboration with Curry's Unanimous Media, and he'll be getting help from a company co-founder, Eric Payton, to produce it. So Dre's mother, Wanda Silvato, will also be involved with the documentary, as she told Billboard, and she's very excited to share her son's story with the world.
Yeah, I like that. I can't necessarily say that I'm a Mac Dre fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was at school in Louisiana when the fanfare hit here. So I didn't necessarily understand it till I got back.
Yeah. I'm a Mac Dre fan.
Yeah, but that's what I was like. There's a lot of people I know that really are fans. And I'm interested to see that. I think he was a interesting character, especially when you see a lot of like the videos and things. And I mean, even just hearing his music, like it's something behind that. And for Steph Curry to pick that up, I mean, he's been out there,
of course,
like,
in the Bay Area.
He's been in the Bay Area, so it's been inescapable for him. But I'm ready to see what this is about. I'm ready to see this output, because that's a interesting dynamic for his production company to pick that up.
And when you think about the Bay Area, you think about a few people. You think about E40. You think about
Short Dog.
Too Short.
Yeah.
You think about Marshawn Lynch, and you think about Steph Curry and Mac Dre. Like, those are the people that are out there that you think about. And I think it's gonna be dope.
Or if you're old like me, you think about the Far Side.
Yeah,
Far Side.
Far Side too.
Far Side.
I think it's gonna be very interesting, like you said, Cube. He does have a huge fan base. I was a little bit younger, but I was still here for like you said, the wave when he was at his biggest, at his peak of his career. And I think that he'll receive a whole lot of support from this area. This Kansas City is itself. And also, I don't know if most people remember, but he was actually
killed. He was killed here.
No, I did not know that.
Killed right on 71.
71 highway. So I mean, and it hurt a lot of people's feelings, and it was just a big thing. And I know for a fact it'll be a huge support.
Was he set to perform here? Did he just perform?
I think it was a performance here, and I think it was right after. And they must have got into it with somebody, and happened right on 71 and like 75th Street.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed when I first moved to Kansas City. The love for a lot of Bay Area artists.
Yeah.
I mean, E40 gets so much love out here. Short Dog get love everywhere. But E40, man, I have never heard so many E40 songs I thought I knew, I didn't know. Now I love, because I guess I've been ingrained in it now. I've been here 7 years.
Yeah, and then there's that connection, Tech Nine, with the Bay Area, and then other rappers
it goes a little
with Fat Tone.
I would say it's a little deeper than that.
All those people that were here, they had the connection with the Bay,
and a lot of the Bay Area connection. I mean, it goes back to street and mob ties.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of that comes into play. So yeah, when you start looking at that, a lot of the underground rap scene, starts creating those alliances.
Looney Coleon.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know about he's like, well, no.
That was huge here. Like, every car you got in, it was playing some Looney Coleon for at least about two strong summers. So I mean, yeah.
And there's a lot of Bay Area artists, underground artists that have made some significant money here. And like, so yeah, it's definitely a connection. You don't see it the other way around. Like you ask anybody in the Bay Area about Kansas City,
they would tell you Tech 9 just because of E40.
Yeah.
You know,
if they even know that. So
you don't think so?
You know, Tech 9 has a very specific fan base.
Yeah.
So, you know.
All right. A 104-year-old woman skydiver passes away a week after breaking the world record and becoming the oldest person to skydive. So the 104-year-old woman, she's from Chicago, went skydiving right outside of Chicago. Yeah. So I thought you may be interested in that.
104?
104 skydiver.
I'm not doing that at 42.
Nah.
So, she's a brave soul to do it at 104. I guess that might have been one of her last wishes or something.
Yeah.
For sure. To even not have a heart attack on your way down.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun.
I mean,
in Chicago. I was talking about this the other day. She's 104, and you look at two sports figures in Chicago, and they're both over the age of 100. The owner of the Chicago Bears, Virginia Hallis, is 100.
Really?
And then you look at Loyola Sports, which made the stink a couple years ago. Sister Jean is 104.
Yeah.
Sister Jean.
And they both still trucking and kicking.
Cheering for the teams and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is something in the water up there.
Wow.
and there's something in the water in Philly too, because it's tush push or brotherly shove or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's making its rounds again. My question to you guys, and this is the question that's been posed around the league right now, is should it be outlawed?
I mean, the Chiefs don't think it should be outlawed because they used it.
A lot of teams use it. A lot of college teams use it. I think it's smart. I mean, it's very effective.
Yeah.
If you look at the Philadelphia's offensive line, the way that they get down low like that, that's hard to defend that.
If you don't like it, stop it.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Figure out a way to stop it.
That's exactly my point. Like I don't feel like we should treat the Philadelphia Eagles like gymnastics treats Simone Biles. Like just because the play is so good that you have to like ban it. Like I don't understand that thinking.
Exactly.
I think that's a part of football. That's smart. It's a smart tactic. It's a smart play. And it's very, very effective. And I think that like you said, if you can't stop it, then you figure out a way to stop it. I don't see any problem with it.
All right. So every week we ask our fans and our viewers, if you're listening on 100.1 FM or if you're watching us on social media at the W Show KC on any social media platform, we ask you guys to send us a talk about it, hashtag talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. So someone sent me a talk about it, and it's pretty funny this week, actually. The California law known as the Skittles ban. So California legislation became known as a Skittles ban because an earlier version also targeted titanium dioxide, so a coloring agent found in candies, including Skittles and M&Ms, as well as some dairy products such as Kraft fat-free shredded cheddar cheese. So they're supposed to be banning Skittles in California coming up in 2026.
I did not know that. That's
wow.
I didn't know that Skittles could harm you.
Yeah, it's the dioxide product in the red. It's like a dye, the red dye. It causes, some forms of cancer and other things.
I'm still going to eat them. However, the crazy part is you think a lot of the foods that we consume as Americans are now really being banned in several countries. I see some cereal
Yes.
that we eat, our kids' cereals, they are banned. Like I
As long
think
as they
in
ain't banned
China,
Frosted Flakes.
that's
I'm
one
good.
of them that's banned
No
overseas,
way.
not here. They're going to ban soon. So you look at some of this, and it makes you wonder. It's like it really is kind of cause for concern. Yo, what are we putting in our bodies? Is it really legit?
I don't eat Skittles, so they can ban them all they want, so.
I thought Tony had our back.
They're not great.
Tony was my childhood friend, man. Like
I still
that blue box with that tiger on there, man. That was my boy. Come on, Tony.
So you wasn't a Wheaties kid with
Nah,
MJ on the
Wheaties.
box?
See, with Wheaties, you gotta add.
You gotta add the sugar.
Exactly. Oh, bananas. Y'all put bananas in them when y'all eat them?
See, that's Chicago
Not when I was
stuff.
a kid.
Must be, man.
Maybe but Chicago stuff. I'm gonna ask Pip Dukes if he used to do that.
All right, coming up, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Gift of Soul Gala coming up on October 21st. We'll be right back. This is the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook
Are you
Live.
not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. So we got the guest, the man on the show today, Mr. Kevin Holmes.
Yeah.
You have an event coming up on October 21st, the Gift of Soul Gala. Talk about that.
It is the gift that keeps on giving. And the actual gala is a week from today, October 21st at the Abbott, 17th and Cherry. Our fundraising efforts are well underway right now. So the mission overall is to, in its essence, raise money so we can get some underserved kids in our community a pair of shoes. We ain't talking about some designer Yeezys or some Jordans. We're talking about a nice pair of Nikes or Adidas or Pumas. We have some shoes for them to choose from. But a nice pair of shoes so that they can have good posture, so they can have one less thing to worry about in the classroom, so that they can feel like they're 10 feet tall. I often talk about, we always see coat drives. We always see food drives. We always see backpack drives. Haircuts even. But we don't see on your feet. And that could lead to a whole bunch of problems, both physical and emotional. And we just want to kind of eliminate those scars here. I'm a huge sneakerhead. Growing up, instead of Jordans, I had Jordashes.
Yeah.
You know, instead of Adidas, I had Pro Kids, and everything from bullying to teasing. I was telling y'all before the show, I remember getting suspended like in junior high for fighting because somebody tried to clown me on my shoes. And just imagine the learning I missed out on for those 2 or 3 days that I was out on suspension. Right. And in addition to that, there are some kids who can't afford just the bare
necessities,
minimum.
the basics.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell the story now as this drive is in its third year. In year one, I remember talking to a teacher here in Kansas City, and the teacher had a fifth grader who kept going to class in some cleats. And eventually she asked the young man, hey, where your shoes at? Well, we only had one pair of shoes to start the school year. I outgrew them and they were too holy. So all I have is these cleats. Stuff like that happens way more often than we think. And with the Gift of Soul Gala, by the grace of God, KSHP 41 has backed me on this the last couple of years. We've managed to raise $150,000 and dole out 3,000 pairs of shoes to kids in our community.
That's awesome, man.
No, definitely. It's definitely needed. And it's still something it's a issue that's still going on. I just worked at a school in the KCMO district just yesterday. And the one of your frat brothers is the vice principal there, and he had to do a collection for shoes just a couple of weeks ago. So it's definitely still a persistent problem. And I just hats off to you and 41 for even, pushing this mission forward. I attended last year with Steve. Steve called me and he was like, man, pull up with me. and we went there. I enjoyed it. I don't normally get to attend a gala on the visiting end of it, to be a patron. So it was definitely.
And last year was on a Thursday.
Yeah.
This year it's on a Saturday. So we're hoping to folks to show up and show out. We got a good brother, Joey Gallant, the brother Soph. I don't know if y'all heard him.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a number. We got a DJ there. We got auction items, everything from Chiefs packages, Royals packages, sporting. The new current stadium is opening. You want to get a tour of that and get 4 seats? That's one of the auction items. Autographed Floyd Mayweather gloves. A cooking experience. So someone to come to your home and show you how to cook. There's also another experience where you can get dinner served, 6 or 8 people, a 4-course meal from a chef, the owner of the Russell. Shout out to Monte. He's donating that package. I mean, it's a lot of good stuff here. Awesome. But in the essence, it is really to benefit these kids. Every single dollar goes back to these kids. As a sneakerhead, as somebody on TV every day, I'm able to use my platform to give back, man. And give back is something that really means something to me. I'm a huge fan of mentorship. I'm a huge fan of mentoring. That's how I got to where I am, and that's how we got to where we are.
Exactly.
And so this is just a way to give back. And I remember we had a distribution site last year, and we're gonna run this video this week on KSHP 41. It was at the Police Athletic League. This one was at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kansas City.
Yeah.
So we were live there when the kids were receiving their shoes. This one kid, I swear to God, he gets his shoe, and you can't make this up. It wasn't like we planted him or anything. He gets his shoe out the box on TV. And he kisses it, and and that just brought tears to my eyes just to see,
the excitement.
Yeah, the excitement of those kids,
Yeah, and we oftentimes see these different events, and you don't know where the money, products, or anything are going to, and it's good that we're able to see everything that you're doing, and it's definitely beneficial to these young people because you get these kids in school, and it's like, man, I don't want to go to class. Well, why not? Well, I'm getting made fun of, or I'm getting bullied because of what I have on. So I think it's definitely a dope event, man.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Also, if you can't make it, we are collecting tax-deductible donations.
Okay.
You can log onto our website, kshp.com. There's a Gift of Soul tab you'll see, and you can make a contribution, anything as small as $1, $5, $500, whatever money you got. Remember, it all goes to the kids. And if you need them tax write-offs, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and make that contribution.
And you got to wear sneakers to the event, too.
Yeah, we are asking.
Don't forget that.
That's right. Ladies, bring your evening gowns and your sneakers. Make sure you got a gown where you can show off your sneakers. Fellas, tuxedos or dark suits with your sneakers. Show up and show out.
What shoes you going to wear, man?
Oh, no. I'm going to have to go out and give me something nice because I know y'all going to be suited and booted.
Yeah. I think I wore Concords last year. Black suit, Concords, classic,
I can't be wearing a booty bump.
Q, you gonna have some dope sneakers, man?
Yeah, I'm actually working a different gala that evening.
Oh man!
But I may be able to pull up a little early. Just to see, but in the spirit of the soul, I may do a suit and sneakers that night too. So
So how can people get a hold of you or purchase tickets.
Purchase tickets on our website, kshp.com. Gift to Soul Gala tab. You can purchase the tickets, also make the donation, and you can check out the items that we have. We have some items that will be live auction items at the event. We have some items that are on our website right now you can bid on. I mean, some folks are actually taking bids right now. We even got, you want to be on the billboard?
Yeah.
We that's one of the bidding items right now. I think that's up to like $1,000, $2,000 right now. So we got a lot of cool and innovative things revolving around sports and personal experiences in terms of our live auction items. So you can everything you need to know is there. You know, purchase tickets, make a donation to learn about the mission. There have been several stories that I've done over the years that are on our website. We got a couple stories in the rollout this week, one starting tomorrow. I got to tell you about a couple of these stories if we got time.
We got time.
One story, I got an email earlier this year from a mechanic off of 31st, not too far from Prospect. You heard about that? Okay. And so he had a dude, one of his employees, 6'11".
Wow.
And his brother's like 30, so he's not a kid, so he doesn't fall under this realm. But still, I guess I've been known kind of as a shoe man now. And he reaches out to me and says, I got this mechanic. He wears size 28 shoe. I need some help on his shoes, man. You know, his posture's bad. His feet be hurting. He stand up all the time or on heavy machinery. Turns out his shoe wasn't that big, but it still was huge. It was 20. I think his measure out to size 23, 24.
Wow.
Shaquille is only size 22.
Yeah.
So, you know, I put a call out on social media. There was a gentleman who makes shoes and designs shoes. Came out there, met him at the mechanic shop, measured his feet and did everything contoured. And this brother, shout out to Jacob, he designed the shoes and we presented him with the shoes. Brother 6'11", he couldn't find shoes and was walking, you know, and the shoes he did have on when I met him, not only were they too small, they were holy, bro. You can see his front toe. So that's the story. Another story. Shout out to the entire KC Metro Shawnee Mission East soccer team. Every year, the varsity soccer team, the players, the captains, they choose a charity to give to. So what happens is at every game, they score a goal and the parents pass a hat around. And oftentimes they've chosen things like harvesters, or if one of the players, a parent or a loved one is suffering from breast cancer, to do breast cancer awareness, which makes sense. The last 2 years they've done Gift of Soul. And last year they raised nearly $2,000 for the cause.
Oh, wow.
Because,
That's
you know,
awesome.
a lot of kids over in that school district, they need not want for anything, and they realize that, and they have the wherewithal to know that, but realize that there are people just 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away that do need, and so they're helping, and that's
awesome.
altruism as a teenager, you know. We also highlight a couple of the organizations this week. You'll see on our stories airing on KSH 41 that would benefit this year, including Police Athletic League of Kansas and Missouri. Those kids, a lot of those kids, you know, come from free or reduced lunch programs. A lot of those kids don't have the means to achieve greatness that we know that is inside of them. As well as Win for KC. Over the last couple of years, most of the kids we have benefited have been boys. Some girls have too, but Win for KC, they are all about girls empowerment through sports and leadership. So these are some of the beneficiaries from this year's campaign coming up.
That's awesome, man.
Super dope. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we have our Head at 11 segment. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com, exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasoning to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors. Classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocer, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Let's get to our 111 segment.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
All right, first up, our sneakers of the week. I think y'all gonna like these since we were just talking about some sneakers. The Air Jordan 1 High OG Mauve. Y'all feeling those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love them.
They're decent.
It's hard to go wrong with Jordan 1s in my opinion.
Of course. Nike 1 Air Max, Nike Air Max 1 medium olives.
Yeah.
Fire. Nike
Kind of around Air Max 90s. You can't go wrong with those either.
Right. Nike Dunk Low Polar Blues.
That was cool. That was cool.
All right. Air Jordan 1 Low University Red.
Yes.
Like those?
Yeah. I think the first pair was
you don't look too thrilled about it.
Like,
They make your joints.
Nah, them ain't my joints right there. The other 3 I can rock, but
you don't like the lows? Jordan lows?
I like the Jordan lows, but I just don't like those.
Okay. All right.
I like all the other 3 though. The other 3 was cool.
All right. So Kelsey Plum told Tom Brady it was about effing time the QB came to watch Las Vegas Aces as new minority owner. Hate it or love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable.
Yeah, definitely hold them accountable.
We
Shoot,
winning championships for you. Come show some support.
Exactly.
They up 2-0 right now.
They are.
Exactly.
They haven't won yet in New York. They're back in New York.
Oh, they winning tomorrow, bro.
And imagine how you feel as an employee of any organization and somebody at the top comes and shows support. It makes you want to work even harder.
No, definitely.
Want to show them what you paying for.
All right, so a Phillies fan buys $4,500 worth of beer for his section at a wild card series win. So a fan at the wild card playoff game between the Miami Marlins and Philadelphia Phillies on October 6th spent $4,500 to buy an entire section beer.
So they shared 3 beers? How do you do that?
I know that's right. Them prices that you charge, man.
$1,000 a beer. He bought 4 people a beer.
Hats off to him, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome,
for sure.
Cool.
All right, the NFL reportedly fines 49ers George Kittle more than $13,000 for an Dallas shirt. Hate it or love it.
Hate it. My thing is, it's all in good fun. It's all in good spirits. And if you don't want him to show that shirt, stop him from getting in the end zone.
That's
right.
Win, baby, win.
Exactly.
And he said, "I'll do it again."
The NFL does have a history of fining players with
Celebrations.
shirts, showing shirts like that. And then his had profanity on it, so I think it was.
They showed it on camera too.
Yeah,
but they showed it after the fact though. They didn't show it in live, so they wanted to make it known that he had that on the shirt.
Yeah.
They made that known because unless you were there, you didn't even get to see him.
You couldn't discern what that was. Yeah, exactly.
But he said he'll do it again, so he ain't tripping.
Yeah, I'm fine as nothing.
He scored 3 times on him.
Sure did. All right, Pat Mahomes Sr. and Marshawn Lynch visit the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Hate it or love it.
Love it. That is
like
pure
that.
gold.
Yeah.
On the way here, I also saw, I saw some of it, but I also saw a story on the way here about Pat Mahomes Sr. talking about his second game against Ken Griffey Jr. So his second game pitching was against Ken Griffey. They were both rookies around the same time, 2 of the youngest in the league at the time. He says, and I'm not going to give it all away, but he's talking to Marshawn. They walking. He struck him out first time, Ken Griffey Jr. 3 straight fastballs, heaters. Struck him out the second time. And then he'd go to the dugout talking trash to his arm. Can nobody hold me? Can nobody hold me? Right? And Kirby Puckett just look at him.
Like, all right, bro.
And so that third time he go,
Yeah.
bases are juiced. Griffey's up. Grand slam. And he said that Kirby Puckett told him, son, you're going to learn sometimes let sleeping dogs lie.
Right. Let's hear from Pat Mahomes Sr. and Marshawn Lynch.
We about to teach you about this Negro League. When I tell people that Jackie Robinson's weakest sport was baseball, he was a much better football, basketball, track athlete. There was nothing that Jackie could not do.
That's how I feel about me.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's gold.
Shout out to Bob Kendricks, bro. That's my coach. That's been my child. That was my childhood coach, man. He's a stand-up guy, awesome guy, man. I'm excited and I'm really proud of the success that he's getting down there.
You gotta love Bob, man. Yeah. He is a treasure to this city.
For sure. We appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. Thank you for watching us, whether it was online, One Kansas City Radio, 100.1 FM. Remember, like us on all social media platforms at the W Show KC. Appreciate you, Kevin Holmes, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Q. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, DJ Q.
We out of here.
We out.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundation, or affiliates.